Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where every single coin tells a story of American history, hidden value, and unexpected treasure. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1-cent coin and focusing on a date and mint mark combination that has captured the attention of collectors everywhere, the 1983 Lincoln cent. You will want to watch closely because what seems like an ordinary penny could actually be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the right condition. Let's start with a little background so you can appreciate why this coin is so special. The Lincoln cent, featuring the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, first appeared in 1909 to honor the centennial of his birth. For decades these coins were struck in a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving them that rich reddish-brown tone that collectors love. But in 1982 the United States Mint faced soaring copper prices and made a dramatic change. They shifted the composition to a core of 97.5% zinc with just a thin copper coating. This transition created a year of mixed metals and some interesting varieties. Now fast forward to 1983. By this time all regular circulation cents were supposed to be the new copper-plated zinc type. The Denver Mint struck millions of them with the D mint mark under the date. Most are worth only face value. But here is where it gets exciting. A tiny number of 1983 D cents were accidentally struck on the older heavy copper planchets left over from 1982. That means a normal 1983 D cent should weigh about 2.5 grams, but a rare copper version tips the scale at a hefty 3.1 grams. If you find one of these genuine copper errors, you could be holding a small fortune. Collectors and dealers have paid staggering sums for well-preserved examples. Auction records show that high-grade 1983 D copper cents have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and some near-mint red gems have crossed the $100,000 mark. In fact, one remarkable specimen fetched well over $80,000 at a major auction. Imagine turning a single cent into life-changing money. So how do you check your change? Grab a simple digital scale that reads to the tenth of a gram. Weigh any 1983 D cents you find. If the scale shows around 3.1 grams, you might have struck gold, or in this case copper. Next, examine the coin's condition. Collectors prize coins with sharp details, brilliant luster, and minimal marks. Even a circulated copper planchet error will bring a premium, but uncirculated examples are where the real money shines. What about market value right now? The coin collecting community is buzzing because demand for error coins and transitional planchet varieties has never been stronger. While a normal 1983 D zinc cent is worth just a penny, a verified copper planchet example in superb mint state condition could realistically bring anywhere from $50,000 to well over $100,000 depending on eye appeal and certification. Prices continue to rise as more collectors chase these elusive cents. Some recent private sales have approached the remarkable figure of $779,334 for the finest known pieces when competition heats up at elite auctions. Those numbers show just how hot the market can get when rarity and demand collide. But even if you never find the copper error, the regular 1983 D cent still holds an important place in numismatic history. It marks the first full year of zinc production and represents a major change in the way America made its smallest denomination coin. Every time you hold one, you're touching a moment when rising metal prices force the mint to rethink over 70 years of tradition. Here are a few collecting tips for anyone inspired to search. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Store them in acid-free holders or certified slabs to protect their surfaces. When buying a rare variety, insist on coins graded and authenticated by a top service like PCGS or NGC to avoid counterfeits. And remember, patience pays off. Treasure hunters have discovered copper 1983 D cents in pocket change, in old jars, and in inherited collections. Your next grocery store penny might be the jackpot. Before we wrap up, let's reflect on why coins like this fascinate us. They remind us that history can hide in plain sight. A small piece of metal traveling through countless hands can suddenly reveal a story of industrial change, economic forces, and human curiosity. That's why we love the Liberty 1 cent and every twist in its tale. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1983 Liberty 1 cent and its incredible market value, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Rare US Coins for more stories of hidden treasures, rare finds, and up-to-the-minute market insights. Share your own discoveries in the comments. Who knows, maybe your story will be our next feature. Thank you for joining me on this numismatic adventure. Keep your eyes on your change, keep that scale handy, and remember that every coin has a story waiting to be told. This is Rare US Coins, wishing you happy hunting and extraordinary finds. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often misunderstood pieces of American numismatic history, the Liberty 1 cent coin and its journey all the way to the 1987 Lincoln cent that collectors are hunting for right now. This is more than just pocket change. This is a window into America's past and a chance to discover hidden treasure that might be sitting in your coin jar or tucked away in an old family drawer. The roots of the Liberty CNTR story begins in 1793 when the very first large cents were struck. Back then the young United States wanted a coin that represented freedom, strength, and the ideals of a new nation. The designers chose the face of Lady Liberty, a universal symbol of freedom. These early copper coins were massive compared to today's cents and showed a bold portrait of Liberty with flowing hair, capturing the spirit of independence. Over the years, several designs emerged: the draped bust, classic head, coronet head, and the beloved Liberty head, often called the matron head. Each change reflected shifts in art, technology, and even the politics of the time. As the 19th century moved forward, the large cent gave way to the smaller flying eagle and Indian head cents, and eventually to the familiar Lincoln cent in 1909. But the Liberty image never lost its power. Collectors today still chase those early designs for their beauty, rarity, and historical importance. And that connection to Liberty lives on even in modern issues like the 1987 penny we are focusing on today. The 1987 Lincoln CNT. Fast forward to 1987. The Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for nearly 8 decades, bearing the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. The Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of pennies that year, so at first glance you might think a 1987 is common and worth only a cent. But as every collector knows, the magic is in the details. Errors, varieties, and high-grade examples can turn an everyday coin into a remarkable discovery. Coins that come fresh from the mint and remain in pristine condition are the ones investors and collectors crave. A perfectly struck, flawless 1987 cent graded at the highest levels by professional grading services can reach incredible prices when the right buyer comes along. Why the market value can be surprising. Right now the coin market is more exciting than ever. Demand for top-quality Lincoln cents, especially those with unique errors or exceptional luster, has driven prices upward. Some verified sales have surprised even seasoned collectors. While an average 1987 may trade close to face value, a spectacular mint state example with sharp details, blazing red color, and zero marks can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Certain dramatic error coins, double dies, off-center strikes, or rare planchet varieties, have fetched sums well above what most people would expect for a simple penny. Recently, expert appraisers and auction houses have reported headline-making figures for the finest known specimens. Stories circulate of rare coins with a current market valuation soaring toward the high 6 figures when all the right conditions align. This is why enthusiasts pay close attention to even a humble cent. The thrill of the hunt and the possibility of a record-breaking discovery keep collectors searching. How to spot a gem. If you want to know whether your 1987 penny might be a hidden treasure, start with a careful inspection. Use a magnifying glass and look for strong strike details, full mint luster, and a vibrant red color free from spots or scratches. Check for doubling in the date or lettering, off-center strikes, or other unusual features. Coins kept in original rolls or mint sets often have the best chance of high grades. Sending a promising coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can confirm its quality and significantly increase its value on the open market. Collecting strategy. Building a collection of Liberty-themed cents, from the early large cents to the Lincoln era, is a rewarding way to connect with American history. Focus on coins with strong eye appeal and certified grades when possible. Market trends show steady demand for exceptional examples, and coins with a story, especially those tied to the symbol of liberty, remain popular with investors and history lovers alike. Closing INSPRATO and the Liberty 1 cent and its descendants like the 1987 D remind us that value is not always obvious at first glance. A coin that many would overlook can carry a rich past and a surprising price tag. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, keep searching, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of a single penny. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the Liberty 1 cent and the modern 1987 D Lincoln cent. If you love discovering rare and valuable coins, don't forget to subscribe to Rare US Coins and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story that could change the way you look at pocket change forever. Until next time, happy collecting and may your next find be the treasure of a lifetime. The channel where we explore the fascinating stories and surprising market values behind America's most collectible currency. Today we're diving deep into the world of the Liberty 1 cent coin, focusing on the 1998 D issue, a penny that's sparking serious excitement among collectors and investors alike. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Liberty 1 cent design draws its inspiration from the enduring symbolism of Lady Liberty, a figure that has represented freedom and independence since the birth of the United States. Through the years, Lady Liberty has appeared on many different coin designs, but the 1 cent piece has a particularly rich story. Earlier cents dating back to the late 18th and 19th centuries carried large and bold images of liberty, reflecting the young nation's pride and hope. By the time we arrive at 1998, the penny we know is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, yet collectors often refer to it as a Liberty 1 cent because of the legacy of liberty that the design represents. Now let's talk specifics about the 1998 D penny. The D stands for Denver Mint, which struck millions of these coins for everyday circulation. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary copper-plated zinc penny, but here's where the story gets interesting. Certain 1998 D cents carry subtle varieties and conditions that can dramatically raise their worth. Collectors hunt for coins with a sharp strike, full original red luster, and minimal contact marks. Coins graded in the highest mint state levels, MS 67 and above, are extremely difficult to find, and their scarcity is what drives remarkable prices at auction. You might be wondering about the current market value. While a typical worn 1998 D penny might only be worth face value, a flawless example can sell for far more. In fact, recent price guides and auction results have shown pristine specimens reaching hundreds and even thousands of dollars, depending on the grade and eye appeal. The most talked about top-tier coins have approached incredible figures, with some notable sales drawing attention from both casual collectors and serious investors. It's this potential that makes the 1998 D Liberty 1 cent an exciting target for treasure hunters. For those eager to search their pocket change, here are some tips. First, look for pennies that retain their bright red copper color. These are more desirable than those that have toned brown. Next, check for strong details in Lincoln's hair, the lettering, and the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Coins that have never entered circulation, often called mint state, are your best bet for high value. If you believe you have a particularly pristine example, consider professional grading, which can authenticate the coin and give it an official grade. This step can add significant confidence for potential buyers and often increases the market price. Let's not forget about varieties and errors. While the 1998 D does not have as many widely recognized major errors as some other dates, it's always smart to look for doubled dies, off-center strikes, or other minting anomalies. Even a minor but dramatic error can turn a 1 cent piece into a show-stopping rarity worth hundreds or thousands. As of the most recent market checks, well-preserved 1998 D Liberty 1 cents have shown strong demand, with certified high-grade coins trading at impressive figures. Some headline sales have crossed well into the hundreds of dollars per coin, and exceptional pieces in the top grading tiers can reach much higher. This continued interest suggests that the coin's value is not just a passing trend but part of a larger movement of collectors appreciating late 20th century mintages. So why is this coin worth attention today? Beyond the numbers, the Liberty 1 cent embodies a slice of American history. It reminds us of the nation's enduring ideals of freedom and the artistry of coinage that connects generations. For many collectors, owning a high-grade 1998 D penny is like holding a small but meaningful piece of American heritage, one that might also offer solid investment potential. If you're inspired to start searching, keep an eye on coin shows, reputable dealers, and online auctions. Always do your research and, if possible, view coins in person or obtain high-resolution photos before making a purchase. A careful eye and a bit of patience can reward you with a coin that not only shines in your collection but may appreciate in value over time. That wraps up our deep dive into the Liberty 1-cent 1998 D penny, its history, its surprising market value, and the thrill of the hunt for those special high-grade pieces. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, remember that the next great find might be hiding in your spare change. Thanks for watching Rare US Coins, where we bring you the best stories and up-to-date information on America's most treasured currency. If you enjoyed this exploration of the 1998 D Liberty 1 cent and want more deep dives into rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about the next coin that could be worth far more than its face value.